Yo, you don't know, say, yo, I'm gonna bring out some of the patois talking Jamaican for you people. Welcome back. You hear the guy in the background. I'm here with yours truly, the one and only, the girls, them what? The girls, them what? My,
Wagwan, y'all.
my friend, my brother from another mother.
My boy. Still my guy?
Yo, Jake the Snake, welcome to the maze.
Thank you.
Welcome to the maze. Welcome to the maze.
My first podcast ever. My first appearance. Well, his first. Yes, you know.
First guest, my brother himself.
I'm actually really grateful, you know.
You-
We're gonna have more of these to come. Hopefully I have my own podcast as well. For
100%.
now we're just gonna start with him and go from there, you know.
You know? So we're gonna do like how we normally do. We're gonna kick off with a check-in, you know. The mental, the physical, and the business wise. So as the host, I'll go first. Mental, honestly, I said a six last week. I think I'm still at a six. Um Feeling a little bit stuck, a little bit hesitant towards certain activities. Lately I've been getting that I'm rude a lot. So that's not my character at all. So the fact that I'm getting that is a phase I'm going through. And today I've been watching The Godfather. And I realized that I'm Michael Corleone at this point. Like Vito Carleone, which is his dad, which was the Godfather, he passed, right? And then Sonny died, which is Santino, which is his brother. And then the youngest had to take over. So I'm Michael Corleone at this point. So I guess I'm in that transition point to take over. You get me? The more you know, the more you find out, right? Physical, the same as last week is a six. Can't go to the gym because of work. So I've been in the house. Business wise, remember the scamming situation I talked about last week? So apparently I'm down like my Citibank is down like almost 10 grand, and they expect me to pay it back,
Bro, what?
and I'm not, and that's not flying. So yeah, I had to open a different checking account. So it's gonna be a fun holiday season,
I
I must say.
hope
Yeah,
I
I'm
nah,
cool.
seven. How much you said? 10?
10. Yeah,
10.
it's what? It's 9,698.48.
Somebody over here balling under your name, bro.
Yo, I don't know what's flying, but
Nah,
hey, I ain't paying that.
teach me.
Hey,
Yeah, you
so
doing business already, right?
yeah, that's you.
Alright. So what is it? Mental, physical, and business.
Yeah.
We gonna start with mental. Mental. I ain't gonna front. I'm gonna say I'm at an 8 right now because there was a lot of stuff that habit wise I needed to like get it out, get it out of my system.
Mm,
Stop doing certain things, do things that only benefit me,
yeah.
and it was kind of hard to break certain habits. So
100%.
when you
Comfort kills.
yeah, so when you do it like one day at a time, and like you look back on how far you progressed since the first day you like
Mm-hmm.
actually like at first it was like I can't even
Yeah.
get over certain habits, but now it's almost like so feeling better with that. Physical.
He the new top dog.
If anybody be on my stories on Instagram
I'm gonna
or
post his. I'm gonna post his links and
or
stuff for his social.
Snapchat, I ain't gonna front.
So
I was
top
a
dog,
chubby kid when I was younger,
top
bro.
dog.
And
Look at me. All the weight he lost, I'm gaining. Top dog.
I ain't gonna lie, my weight used to go back and forth like a seesaw. But now I'm finally getting seeing like the results I've always wanted. So
That's real.
now we
That's
shoot,
it.
I'm going up.
That's it.
But what you call it? Like abs is one thing I never saw myself, and once I started seeing abs, I was like, oh shoot!
Yeah.
Like now I'm starting to see some change. I'm going to the gym almost every day.
Top dog.
So probably an 8, but like a strong 8.
That's
8,
strong,
almost like 8.9.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm still not satisfied when it comes to my physicality. Maybe if I weigh myself, I might be satisfied because I know I used to be 185. I don't know how much I weigh right now. Probably 180, 185. But yeah, that and
Busy.
business. I'm probably at like a 5 right now. There's like so much different things I want to do, so many different ventures I want to explore, and they're like all over the place. Like I'm gonna say some of them is YouTube. I want to be a chef, low key as well.
Back, son can cook. I ain't gonna lie.
I be trying. I ain't gonna lie.
Son can cook. He friend.
What else?
So
I'm definitely going to be doing music. Most likely, when it comes to making the beats and producing, that would be my avenue. And that's probably about it when it comes to what I want to do business venture wise. Oh, I also want to do like healthy eating lifestyle, like sea moss and
mm,
stuff like that. So slowly but surely, I will get there. I know I want like my goal is to take all those things and throw them under one umbrella.
mhm.
So including clothing designing, I definitely want to do that too. That's why it's hard to figure out where to start and like how you want to do things. So I'm gonna do one thing at a time. I don't know what I'm gonna start with first. Most likely music. So I'm at a 5. I know what I want to do. That's a good
Hey,
thing.
hey, the hardest part is to start.
Yeah,
The
that's where
hardest
I'm
part
at.
to
So I'm at
start.
a 5. But
So,
besides that, mindfully, like I know what I want to do. So, like starting it, getting the right people to join my team and budgets,
all the fun stuff.
getting all the paperwork and stuff. I've been talking to a lot of people. So like I know like where I gotta go to get my my what you call it, my vendor's license for food,
Mm,
getting my LLC, like learning all the steps and all that.
mm.
So
Background work.
you know, it starts with that. You want to know what you need to do to even start. Some people
Yeah.
just want to do stuff. They don't know what equipment they need,
Hmm.
all that stuff. I'm also a DJ, but right now
Yeah.
it's part time. I don't really have my equipment. I need turntables. I need a hard drive. That's that.
Yeah. Christmas coming, and his birthday is
Yo,
December 3rd. So
I love gifts.
bless my boy. Bless
I
my
need
guy.
cameras. I need mics.
All of that.
I need a lot of stuff.
All of that. If you like what you see, hey,
I let
bless
your boy.
bless my boy. So let's jump into it. This is
Oh wait, also before we continue, I also do have a YouTube channel myself. It's called Channel 50. We put the link in the bio,
yep.
whatever, in case maybe I could check it out.
All of
I
that.
haven't posted any videos yet. We gonna post a video soon. I had recorded a lot of stuff.
Exactly.
Editing is
I don't edit.
editing is
Not my thing.
a
I
pain in
want
the
you to
ass.
get the raw and direct version. No edited. No
I wanted to do that too, like not even edit,
something
straight raw
pure.
footage. Yeah,
Something
but
pure.
I ain't gonna front. It's too much stuff I have to cut out, so I'm like, I gotta edit.
Yeah. I'm just like
I got to
whatever.
edit.
The last video I only had to cut one thing out. And I'm just like, all right, cool.
Yo, you don't know Johnny Walker, bro?
No man for Johnny Walker. Why?
You want some scotch and whiskey?
I had water.
Okay, I'm only tipping a little bit. I ain't an alcoholic, guys.
Yeah.
You
So this
know.
is this is this is the transition from the book that's gonna get released in December, right? So December 11th, save the date. It's a Monday, my niece's birthday, a friend of mine's birthday. Um, and it's called I Should Cry More. And in the first episode, I forgot the 3 words I said that describe myself. What would you say is your 3 words to describe yourself?
Like, oh me.
Yeah,
3 words to describe myself
yeah.
is honest. That's definitely one. Honest. Uh, charismatic or charismatic or charming, either one of those. And optimistic.
Mm.
I think I like when I read stuff about myself or get feedback from anybody. I definitely hear like I'm optimistic a lot. So, that's the word I'll use to describe myself.
That's true. So you have known me for quite some time, right? Um, more than 10 years. I know this guy half his life. Since 2010, when I got back to America, we went to the same school. Um, what could you say my progression over time has been?
In regards of
Me as a friend, as a brother, um, as well.
I'd definitely say obviously loyal. Like no friendship can last this long without loyalty.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
definitely you're a loyal ass person. Um, definitely someone who wants to see all their peers do better. Like you want to be the one that like pushes all your peers. So whatever word to describe that is, I definitely say with that. Um, my fault. You said the question was like what your progression was.
Yeah, my progression. Like as a human being through your eyes in the past over a decade for the duration that we've been
I'd
friends.
say you learn to use what you have. You're innovative. That's
Mm.
always
You know the craziest part, like each. So Drake is my favorite. Let's say my top three would be Drake, Kanye. Um, let's say J Cole. Let's say those three,
I'm gonna
right?
say J.
Those three, right?
That's like the holy trinity
Yeah, we're taking out K Dot out of that one. Um, and for all of the songs that or albums that um Drake drops, right? I feel like the ones that I always connect to the most. Remember, he said he makes money off of reminiscing,
right there.
and this book is basically a reminiscing of when I was in each relationship, which is three, and like in between those relationships. And when Drake writes of his reminiscing, he always talks about his friends. He always talks about Chubbs. He always talks about
Like
40. He always talks about all his friends that's been there since day one. And I feel like having you guys around, this is just Jacob. We got Kyle, we got Joe
that's
Shane.
the whole team.
It's like seven. It's seven of us. So
Counting.
and
Wow.
yeah, it is in counting, and that's just a circle, and we have people like outside of that, like layers.
Yeah, that
But
we so
that's
family
just
right
that's a circle. It's seven, and I always was keen to that to say, hey, he said Drake said, why wait until you drop a big song to then get a manager when you have somebody that's smarter than everyone around you that you can pay to be your manager. And I think that was Chubbs, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and I just feel it's just good to keep things close
yeah.
because they've been there since day one,
Mm-hmm.
and new people that come in, they I feel like they're in for the short time. They're not in for like a good time, you know?
I would definitely say this going back to like having someone like Chubbs to Drake. Like
Yeah,
nobody's gonna want it as much as you.
yeah,
I mean, nobody's gonna want what you want as much as your friends. So
yeah,
like having someone who's seen you grinding from day
yeah,
one, it's kind of best to have somebody like be
yeah,
your man, be your man.
yeah,
So like I saw for Joe Shane, he's been a person who always wants to be like a cameraman or
yeah. That's true.
he wants it more than we want it
Yeah,
sometimes. So that's basically what I was trying to say. Like you want somebody like that who wants it more than you want it
that's
sometimes
true.
to
Yeah,
be that guy behind you to push you sometimes.
and that's the best part about our dynamic. It's
Yeah.
it's really crazy. Like
We all want
the same goal, but
For
everybody
yeah,
knows
you feel me?
like what they have to do within the equation
Yeah.
to for everybody to get to one location.
I ain't gonna lie, in due time we're gonna
Yeah,
but it's gonna
100%.
take time. Like I can see the vision, because it's like no matter how much time has passed, we still talk about the same stuff. Like we still have the same
Yeah,
vision.
just
Nothing's
keep
changed.
just keep us reminded.
Yeah, like
I always say a
day in and
man.
day out, we just keep saying the same thing. Like, oh, we gotta do this. We gotta
Yeah,
do this.
we hold each other accountable, man. I will
Yes,
I will definitely say that, and I always say a man with a plan is a man with a future, right?
mm-hmm.
Um, so every vision, they a Jamaican brothers, they're called twin of twins. They have this saga of called Stirred Up. And one of the quotes I will always say, he was just like, you can have sight, but you lack vision,
I
right?
heard that.
So we're not gonna break that down. We're gonna make your mind wander a little. So welcome to the maze. Welcome to the maze.
Word.
Welcome to the
That was
maze.
the intro. Shoot,
Welcome to the
that
maze.
was only the intro.
That's not even the intro. We just going, but welcome to the maze. It's about to get powerful, you know. Um, when I look at it, right? What's your? I'm not the IRS, but what's your relationship status right now?
I'm single like a Pringle.
Okay,
You
okay.
feel me?
I I can't answer that question, but here's what's your quality that you look for within that you had in prior relationships, and what you're looking for now in relationships. And I'll answer this question as well.
I'm sorry for clearing my throat, but that's a great question actually. Shoot, I'm gonna say like I like someone who's always attentive towards the other person. Like they always want to make sure the other person's Gucci at all time, no matter what. Like even if they're going through their own thing,
Mhm.
they still come back and be like, "Yo, you good? Like
Yeah,
everything all
the
right?"
check-in, the
You feel
check-in.
me? And that is something that I always look out for. Like I'll probably say that's my love language. Like if you check up on me, so you gotta do to me. I don't really need anything else. Like
Feel like, well, that's act of service if you do.
yeah, act
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, if you do something for someone, just like thinking of them, it's like act of service.
That's strong. Um,
So what were you looking at before, and what are you looking for now?
qualities in a female or like
Yeah,
okay, I could,
or just like what were you looking for before, and what are you looking for now?
I don't think that's changed, but I definitely just want a woman who she definitely is her own. Like she could think for herself.
Mm,
She wants more for herself all the time. Like I
mm,
was with somebody yesterday,
mm.
and like just pitching business ideas
Yeah,
alone is like you want something, and then
yeah,
I could even bounce back ideas with you
yeah,
to say like, yo, if we ever stick together for the future, like
yeah,
we already know what type of time we're
yeah.
gonna be on.
A brainstorming
Just
kind of
making
deal.
money, just different business ventures.
Yeah,
Like I love a girl who wants her own.
yeah.
So definitely, someone who wants to be their own entrepreneur. I'll
Mm,
probably say that. Someone who, besides having their own stuff going on, they always make sure the outside world is good.
mm.
Take that time out to
That's true.
just catch up on life. Stop worrying about like all. I feel like a lot of people
Mm,
be so into their self, like trying to get themselves to where they want to be,
mm.
and they don't take breathers. And I
They don't
feel like
like they. I feel like they don't enjoy the process.
yeah, like
Everything these days
you
is
gotta
is a rush.
you gotta take your time, take a step back,
It's
as a
a
matter of
rush.
fact, see what's around you. Something might change you never notice because you tunnel vision. So
Yeah, there's pros and cons of tunnel vision, and people
yeah,
don't even realize that.
I think that having that conscience, like, let me see if I could, check up on some people. Let me see if I could, hit them up, go out, relax, take a debrief from, my busy work schedule. I like a girl like that.
Yeah.
I like a girl who is adventurous, likes to explore. Because I know I like to travel, see new things, meet new people, especially.
If this if he's talking about you,
I
his thing will
promise
be
you,
below.
I
So
ain't talking about nobody specific.
I'm just saying
I do have a couple of
interest.
yeah, I have a couple of interests. It's kind of a hit and miss because like
Mm,
they would show interest at times and they would
yeah.
like back away. So that's when I back away too. Like I'm always
Mm,
here, you feel me? Like, but anyway,
exactly.
if if you give me a little attention,
Hey, it's cuddle season, people.
I'm a see
It
where
is
I'm going.
cuddle
Nothing
season.
crazy.
Remember
Nothing I
that.
can't do.
It's cold outside. My boy
So
gonna keep you warm. So don't worry.
definitely, if you take notice to me, I attract that. That's how
Yeah,
it works.
that's real. For me, I would say back then, I think all three relationships were different. Right, all three relationships are different. One, first love. The second one, I'm let's say a coming of age kind of deal. Or just like me learning myself a little bit more. And then the third relationship was like me being my pure self. And in the book, those titles are called My First Time, The Dancer, and My Purist, right? So, and we have chapters in between. But now it's just like I feel like those are my three major relationships. And with each, I've dated with intention, and I've talked to one of our close friends, Sade. I don't like to use. I'm only going to say women's name that are my close friends, not anyone I've been with. So Sade is a friend of mine, a friend of ours. I went to middle school, and I see her once a year because she moved to Georgia. And we had a talk, and we talked about dating with intention. And a lot of people want the idea because it is an idea until they're faced with the actual thought, right? A lot of people have obviously been in a relationship, but they haven't encountered someone that's forward driven as I would be, or so forefront. So the first time dating with intention, it's scary because this is her point of view as a woman, and I had my point of view as a man, and she was just like, it was very scary for her because it was just like it's her first time. And she went on to say, like, now her and that guy aren't together. um Now that she has a second go around dating with intention, it's easier because she got over that fear of the first time. So that's why they always say get your first heartbreak, because then you basically know what you're gonna go through, all the feelings, all the emotions behind it, what what's everything going to take, right? And I feel I've always dated with intention. And I actually talked to this girl prior, and I told her like what happened in those past relationship, and she literally told me I'm the guy that prepared girls for their husband.
Um,
And I'm just like, at that point, it's been a long time since I've actually heard that, and I'm just like, it's been a while. It's been a while, and it's true because, um, I try to going back to let's say let's go going back to Godfather real quick, right? It's really based on like the Italian culture, the mob culture, and those guys make sure the household is good, make sure your wife is good, make sure the kids are good. Even if we're gonna even say it, this is reality. Even if you're cheating, keep it outside, never bring it home. Keep business away from the woman. Like let the woman be about you and the family, right? So with that being said, I break it down to say, hey, if you're my partner, I have to know how you think. I have to know how you feel. I have to be basically ahead to figure things out for us to be good constantly, and for make sure that I provide the necessary emotional support that you need. financial support, even if it's not even giving you money or paying for anything, but making you understand how money works, because money is an art and people actually don't realize that. Like each check, I have a breakdown: what goes to saving, what bills have to be paid, um, what's my spending money, and what needs to be rolled over, right? So with my intentions, I'm basically the first guy to actually do that with them. So, and because sometimes I'm very intense, and I've been told this for a very long time, and it is true. Because of that, and I'm the first one to like expose them to that, they basically reap the reward. Not it is reaping the rewards. They reap the rewards, and I don't get to see that flourish. Someone else does.
Yeah,
You get that, right?
yeah, that's real.
So everybody wants a date with intentions, but it doesn't always go like that, because who we have, what, 7.8 billion people in the world, right? It's more women than men. I think it's still 3 to 1. And one guy shows you all the things that he helped you figure you out as a woman, to say how you think, how you like, what you like and what you don't like. And then you have your friends, you have your family. You're like, oh, don't stay with this one person, right? So they would eventually leave, and then it was like, oh, you have to date around to find
That's true.
what you like and what you don't like.
That's true. That is definitely
But the concept behind, I feel the thing about behind that, right, is you always find my, as what one of the guys on the job said. His name is Brown. Crazy enough, I met him on this job, and we have the same last name from Jamaica and all of that. And he said, "You have good, better, best." And he said he married his first wife, and he was just like, she was good, but now he's on to better. And this is gonna be his last marriage and stuff. But the concept of just like, there's better, there's better, there's better.
I mean, that is true.
It is true, but when will you
When I don't think
settle?
you,
When will you
I don't
settle?
think that sounds like it comes from being unsatisfied. Because if you're with somebody and you're always saying like there's better, you're probably always gonna keep doing that. And then when you said that that's his last marriage, I'm like, is it? Is it gonna be his last marriage?
No, because he said
And he's satisfied?
yes, 100%. So he said he wished he actually met her, yes, before he met his first wife.
That's tough.
But that's real,
That definitely does come with
because she
time,
left the,
exploring like your different avenues of seeing what you
yeah. But it's just like, a lot of people don't like to have this conversation, but men will settle, but women won't.
true. I do my best not to settle. I don't like to settle.
But it's just like, settle is deemed as a bad word, because it's just like somebody's losing. But at the end of the day, you have to settle. Like, if you want to be in a relationship, you have to settle down with one person.
Mhm.
So just like, and yes, there's always better out there, but what will you go?
You gotta settle in the right place. You can't just settle when you say,
Exactly,
I'm tired of looking.
exactly.
Can't do that.
So it's settling is a weird word, I would say, in terms of relationship, because I feel like it has a negative connotation of just like someone is losing, but it's just like, actually both of you have something to gain. So it's just, it's a lot.
I definitely do want to say something about our good friend Sade when it comes to the dating scene. Like she is very, very intelligent in knowing like how women think. And I feel like she could speak for the mass majority of women when it comes to like how you would feel emotionally.
Women that we like, let's be
Yeah,
clear, let's be very clear. Women that
that we
are
take interest in.
suitable for us, that we find that we should pursue. We're not everyone. They said everyone has a partner out there, but partner for us is different from partner for you guys, because
Yeah.
You guys be tripping.
I want a wife. I want a wholesome.
Um.
But the reason why I wanted to go back to that was because I actually had a sit down with her and another friend of Homa with Joe Shane,
Mhm.
and basically I had a situation with a female, and I needed to like analyze what was going on because I kind of didn't understand.
Yeah.
So she basically put me on about how she's most likely thinking,
Mm-hmm.
according to my actions. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, like when you had said, it's scary for women, like once
Yeah. Dating
you
with
start giving
intentions.
them that
Yeah.
attention, and then when
Yeah.
you're starting to pursue them, they're like, damn, it's like just like you want me to be your wife, or like you're trying to
Yeah.
pursue me. It's like out of all females, choose me. So
Yeah.
it's like it makes it scary for
The
them.
craziest thing, like with those 3 relationships I had, all 3 of them actually said,
Like they're not ready.
"It's not even that. I deserve better."
Mm.
All 3 of them said that, and I always say, always growing up, older woman that could be my mom, could be my grandma. They always looked at me and said, "Whatever woman have you is a lucky woman." And to say those 3 I've dated with intention, and for all 3 to say, "Hey,
You
I
deserve
deserve better," I'm just like,
better.
I'm giving you all I got. I can't buy a planet. It's just like, what more should I do? And then just like, I feel like that's one of the reasons like I'm single now, because I'm going to be like, I was talking to another friend of mine, and I said to her, I'm just like, I date with intention, right?
Mm-hmm.
And me being who I am and the qualities I have, I'm always, it seemed like I'm always the first guy to actually meet them with those intentions.
Gotcha.
So then I will be basically continuing the cycle, and the same result will happen.
Yeah.
They're gonna take those benefits, and somebody else is gonna reap the
Yeah.
rewards.
Yeah.
Not to say I was perfect in those relationships. Or the first one, it was my doing. The second one,
You're winging it.
whatever. The third one, a lot had to get unfolded, and my, that was just out of my control. So you gotta just control what you can. But this year I did say I wanted to get into a relationship, but it's just like that I don't want to go through again.
I
The
don't
intentions
think
part.
trying to get into a relationship should be a focus, because I think that once you're doing what you need to do and you're focusing on yourself, that person will attract you. Like I've heard that, and I've seen it too, and I think that's the best way to find a person. Like just do you, and then like along your journey, run into somebody.
You know, obviously I said this year. That's just a thought I had. Just the idea.
Yeah, I get
But
you.
it's just like, I like to put things in the time frames. I need to
Mm.
kind of cut back on that
I'm
one.
weak.
But it's just like a time frame to say, hey, I need like, it's just like a goal, I would say. But it's just like they said, when man is planning, God is laughing, because you don't. He knows what the outcome is. You
Yeah, because
don't.
it's his
Yeah.
plan, you know.
So
And that's another thing too. I feel like more time when it comes to dating, don't try to indulge too deep into it, because like obviously God has a plan for you.
mm,
Some people may not know if this is that person or not, so you
mm,
just gotta like bask in the moment.
100%, 100%,
Like I like to let things happen naturally. I think that's how it should be
100%.
done.
And
That's the best way to let things
that's
happen.
one of the things.
Not to force stuff.
That's one of the things people I've talked to, friends or someone that I've like talked to. They've always said like they like my approach. I don't care about your favorite color. I really like those small conversations of just like,
Those mean nothing. You find that
it's
along the way. Figure that out.
exactly. So like I talk to you, I ask you random questions. I talk about foolishness. And then that's how I get your headspace.
Yeah. And certain girls push back on those on that.
I don't think I've ever had somebody that pushed back on it, but I will say people that really piss me off is these zodiac signs. Like from once you ask me what's my zodiac sign, like
You be like,
it's
oh,
it's
you're a Cancer.
it's just like it's automatically you're out the
You're
door.
out of here. I ain't gonna lie.
You're automatically out
You
of
can
there.
ask me what my zodiac sign is, but don't be like, oh, you're a Sag. Nah, I can't mess with you.
It's not even that. I
Like,
just
yo,
dodge a
yo,
question. I'm just like I tell them straight up. I even told this I told someone this before, and she got offended. I'm just like people that believe in zodiac signs. I said it straight up. I'm just like you people are Ed.
I feel like people who even indulge in zodiac signs look at it the wrong way,
100%.
and they take it way too serious, in my opinion. Because I feel like even if two people are the same sign, they're obviously not gonna act the same
Exactly.
because they're born on two different days, two different times, and all that stuff. I was actually looking at some article that basically tells me like my placement within the solar system or
Hmm.
whatever the case may be. Like,
Who writes these?
bro, I have no clue. But I'll say this though. When I was reading it, it really did tell me like stuff that I've always seen in myself, and I'm like, nah, this is real stuff. Like it was telling me like my characteristics, like how I act towards certain things,
Well, who
towards
writes
certain
these?
people. I don't know,
I
but
don't know these people credentials, man.
yeah, I could say this though. It was like 99.9% accurate.
Well, you
Like if
must
you know
that
yourself,
must be hand sanitizer to be 99.9. Come on now.
like if you know yourself, and then you read these astrology, horoscope stuff, you
So
might find something you've been looking for
so
if
so
you really indulge it correctly.
so my thing is right. One, I would say from once you talk about zodiac signs, you're Ed. This girl got
It
offended.
depends. It depends on where you take that conversation.
So I'm just like, I don't care about zodiac sign. I'll always tell you this.
I
Ask me
don't care
about my
about it
birthday.
either.
Ask about me.
Yeah, facts.
I'll tell you my birthday, right? If you indulge in, well, oh, you're a Cancer, blah, 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 I'm just going to give you dry responses.
Facts.
Right then and there.
Like, why you moving like that?
My, they said it's all about stars, right? For astrology. If this is, I think it's what? June, I'm using my time slot, which is, I think, June 20, June 23rd or 21st to July 22nd.
That's Cancer
That's
season.
the Cancer season, right? If if that's July,
I can hear so
how
many
are you
people
getting
saying, "Oh, you a Cancer?"
how you getting
That's hilarious.
based on those stars, right?
Yeah.
How you getting a reading for somebody that's born in December? Maybe I got to do research. I did not do any research. I have before, but I don't
So
care enough to like research it to
when I was reading mine, it basically correlated with all the planets, and so it would say like Saturn is in Saturn is in Libra or something like that. I think that's one of them that I remember. So basically, certain planets
Mhm.
give you the I guess the personality of a different sign because of when you were born, the
Mhm.
time, the date,
Yeah, the
all that
stars,
stuff.
everything is
All
different.
the stars correlated, so like it
Mhm.
made you as a person, and then
Cause not because you don't
wherever
see them, there doesn't
yeah,
mean that they're not
wherever the
there.
placements were at the time,
Mhm.
those characteristics I guess goes into. So like however a Libra might move, and I think I have Scorpio in me, I have Gemini in me, I have Libra, I believe. Oh, if it's real, then all of those characteristics of those different of those different signs are within my characteristics. So they were saying like,
Well, as a human being, all these characteristics you all have. All of it is
true,
just portrayed differently. It's just
yeah,
like I feel like it's just all basically like your love language.
yeah,
Everybody has act of service.
yeah.
Everybody like quality time, physical touch.
But it was basically saying like how I'm gonna respond to certain things. So it was like, let me see if I can remember one.
Um,
They were saying like people might look at me as I'm being like egotistical or whatever the case may be,
that's
but what it
everyone.
really is me showing like who I really am, and then people showing their true colors to like their like as a response. Like if they really don't like my characteristic, they'll show it right then and there.
Hmm.
And it's up to me to like really fish that out and be like, all right, you're not somebody I need to have as a long term friend because like you envy me just because of like how I move. Like I'd be doing my own thing, and there's people who look at me like, yo, he's mad egotistical or think he the shit. And stuff like that, I can't
You see, with that,
work with. So
with that,
I'll take note into that and stop messing with certain people. And that's another conversation for another podcast. I'm not gonna lie.
what I must say, right? I feel people confuse, and I'll stand on this. I 100% think people confuse confidence with ego.
Yeah,
And I get why they do that, because they go hand in hand.
yeah. But I would say that confidence and your ego would go hand in hand to an extent.
Of course, 100%.
To an extent. I don't know. It's just people are going to like also what I read is like people are gonna see you in a certain light,
Mm-hmm.
and only because of like their sign they see you that way, but other people won't see you that same way.
That's why
So
I don't go by signs. I take you for who you are.
exactly. But when you the way you act is not how people see you.
Exactly.
It's weird.
It's
It's hard to explain.
because this zodiac
That's
sign
what I'm
thing
saying
is,
right
the zodiac sign thing is all on perception.
now. That's
What you
literally
see and what I see is two different
yeah,
things, right?
exactly. There we
And
go.
what you do, like, everything is taken
There
different
you go.
because of the perspective, right? I've One of the ladies that's work with me, her name is Nicole. Love her, lovely lady, lovely lady. She told me before that she talked to this, like, two different guys that was born on the same day.
Total opposite.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
So you're telling me that zodiac side work?
as I said.
I
Everybody's
mean, you
gonna
can't
have their
convince
own
me.
placement.
You can't convince me.
You can't convince me that
Oh, because of the time. Because of
yeah,
the time that you was born. Also, if I was born in the night,
yeah,
you was born in the day,
even an
same
hour
day.
apart. I mean, not even an hour apart, a minute apart. Because like, look at Joshina and Justin, right?
Yeah,
They're twins.
twins. Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure they were born like 5 minutes apart.
Yeah, something like that.
Total opposite.
5 or 7, something
So
like that. But look at,
stuff like that obviously plays a huge role.
I think twins are a tricky one,
Twins will always be total opposite.
because it's one embryo that got split into two. So it's basically a two in one, and I think that's why, like, they're naturally synced, because it's a two in one combination.
Sync doesn't work.
Synced as in, like, sometimes they would think the same thing, and be like, and like,
yeah, that'd be happening.
and like say the same
They
thing.
might call it twin telepathy.
Yeah, but it's just
that's
like
real.
you're coming from one. You're one that turned into two.
Yeah,
So just like, it's just very interesting.
yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I wish I had a twin.
Me too,
That
man.
would've been cool.
This world would be a better place.
Yo,
And I talked about this, I think, like last week or a couple weeks ago.
I ain't gonna front. If I had
Imagine
a
I was
twin,
the nice one.
oh gosh.
Imagine everyone that
Imagine you
knows
had a
me.
twin, you was the nice twin.
Imagine I was the nice twin. I feel like when I meet God, we're gonna have a sit down about this one. The world needs another one of me. I feel like that was a disservice.
The world could even handle it. I'm told like based off of like how I move and how I really feel like I am, people look at me totally different. Like they think I feel like a lot of people think I'm the shit, and that's not true.
But that's I feel like that goes into ego and confidence.
That's the thing. I have confidence within myself because I know I'm Himothy. You feel me? But like some people look at that the wrong way, like, oh, he think he all that, and they start envying you, like, why are you doing that?
But
That's mad weird to me.
so, but remember, we have different backgrounds, right?
Yeah.
And that's one of the best things I love about our group.
Yeah,
It's just like although we're diverse, we're all confident. We know who we need to go to if we need some information. If we lack some knowledge in something, somebody in the group has it.
Yeah.
And we never envy each other on anything we did. We always supported, and we know our confident level and know that things are going out of confidence. It's not going out of ego.
Yeah.
And we have never clashed on anything like that. And with confidence, I feel like confidence, if you interact with somebody that I would say insecure, have low self-esteem and things of that sort,
Yeah.
you coming with your confidence, they're not used to it, so they automatically boom think it's about ego. So you see how
Yeah.
they can confuse the two, and they can also
Very similar.
coexist. Cause yeah, they are similar 100%. So just like they coexist, but they also can clash at times.
Mhm.
They also clash on times. So it all depends on who.
Perception.
It all goes back to that.
That's just the tough part about it. Because I'm just gonna use examples. I have people who they know me from like way back when. I'm talking about we're kids. You know what I mean? And over the years, it's like I've gotten the same vibe from this person. Like
Mm.
they fuck with me. Let me watch my language, but they
Yeah, we got a three curse limit. You passed it a long time ago.
on week.
You passed it a long
Like
time ago.
they be my friend,
Mm.
but then let any little issue slip up, and they're so quick to switch on how
Mm.
they feel about me. Like all of a sudden, it's like they don't like me. I'm dead to them. This, that, and the third. Like, how can somebody switch up that quick? So it's like, whole time you probably was
Just
envying me,
waiting.
was waiting for me to
Just
like
waiting.
make a certain move, so you could say, yeah, I knew he was always like that.
Yeah.
And that's not the
You
case.
know, a lot of girls actually said that to me, and every time it like happens, I laugh because not even 99. I'm not even gonna give you the hand sanitizer number. 100% of the time, the perception that people get about me. You know what? I'm actually gonna give you the the hand sanitizer
I'm
number.
crying.
I'm gonna give you the hand sanitizer number. 99.9% of the perception that people get from me is wrong.
I think that will always be a thing. I feel like perception
And I don't
will
like to change it.
always.
And I've told myself I need to.
You would never
I
want to change somebody's perception. You let them think what they want to think.
but the thing is, I have to try this new thing called caring, and I have to change my narrative from this person's perception. But
You don't have to.
that's the thing,
That's
and then I don't, and then I don't, and then that's what happens in the end. They're gonna hit me with the, oh, I always knew you were like this.
That's because you wasn't showing that you cared.
Hey,
More time.
hey, touche,
I feel like you don't
touche.
need to show. You would only show you care if you obviously really care. So
Mm,
when that
that's
case
true.
happens and you don't show you care, it's obviously
Yeah,
it's not for you. When the time comes, you obviously gonna show somebody your true colors. Like only the people who need to know your true colors will see them.
yeah, one
If
hundred
it's not
percent,
for them, they're not gonna get that side of you.
100%. With that being said, Drake said this line. I don't remember the song. I remember all.
I'll probably know this.
I remember the lines, but I don't remember the songs at times. He said, "Sticking around is the same as being stuck. Sticking around
That's the same
is the
thing.
same as being stuck." And that's one of his wickedest bars. And with that, I was looking at it. I'm just like, wow. Um, to really think about it, be like, hey, I'm here for you whenever you need me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, how long are you gonna be there for?
Mm-hmm.
How like it's basically when you have a like, I think Kai did this the other day. I saw a video of Kai. Yeah, he was just like, he was the one, his high school crush all of a sudden call him while he was
Oh
streaming,
yeah.
and he was just like,
They ain't want me
hey,
then, but they want me now.
exactly. So just like, now that I'm up, like
Yo.
you didn't want to be there, but it's just like, you can stick around, but you still can't be, you
Yeah.
can't be stuck at the same time.
Word.
But like, some people
Because then
are
you're going back
stuck.
into the past.
like some people are stuck and some people aren't. Like when you see old friends, you know what they talk about? The last memory they had with you. They don't ask you about now because now they feel like they're not relatable to you. So they like sticking around is the same as being. Every time I go to Jamaica, last time I went to when I went to Jamaica in March, because I went twice this year, July and March.
It's like you picked up from where you left off.
Yeah, when I went in March, there's a guy that we used to live in the same yard. His name is Randy. He was talking about when I got one of my injuries on my leg, and he had to like bring me on his back to get into a taxi.
Oh no.
And this was we're talking about, this is like 2008, 2009, and this is 2023.
Right.
You get me? So it's just like all of those things sticking around and staying as being stuck. But it's just like when, that's why they say you know when somebody's gonna ask you for something, because you haven't talked to them in a long time.
Nah, facts.
And when they come around, they just ask you, how are you?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on? Like they ask you three questions, and then the fourth one and just like, I need a favor. I need this. I need that. So
That's hilarious.
so it's a very interesting,
Yeah.
it's a very interesting thing. So it's really something. There's a lot going on. It's always a lot of moving parts. But as always, you gotta control what you can control.
As I like to think, God has a plan for everybody,
100%.
and it's just up to you to like really listen to your inner thoughts. Because sometimes those thoughts are not you talking. Sometimes that's him talking to you. And I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people don't recognize his voice. So more time when
My
you,
boy Cozy. Shout out to Cozy. Cozy's gonna watch this. Cozy told me this. This is one of the,
yeah, if you really know God, or not say know God, but if you really learn who He is,
you don't even have to know him.
nah, that is true too.
Cause going back to Cozy, shout out to my boy Cozy. He's an electrician on a job.
You don't know God, but God knows
Phenomenal guy. He was just like, before he went on his trod, right? He told me that God used to talk to him, and just like how we talking now, he heard the voice just talking to him, and he looked around and he didn't see anyone. And he said that's been going on for years. And my mom can say the same thing. Before she became a Christian, um, um, she heard the voice, but no one was there. But she was just like, then like later on, she realized like that was him the whole
you. Yeah.
time. Like they always say, like they pray for guidance and protection, right? And like he's always there. And with that concept, I'll say, um, "The Life of the Party" by Kanye West featuring Andre 3000. Andre 3000 said he's the only child. His mother and father died from heart conditions, and he said he's been waiting for a sign from his mom, and the sign that he got was this baby looked at him and smiled. And like that alone, those little things, be like, hey, wow, that's my mom. Or be like, that's my sign from God to say, hey, she's still looking over me. I'm good. I'm proud of you.
Like he probably saw his mom in that.
Yeah. So just like with a concept, we know that you lost your dad, but when you were younger and you went to his job site, you saw the friends that your dad had. You saw the relationship your mom had with your dad. And now look at us as boys. How it like I feel like it comes full circle to say the friends that you saw your dad have is the friends that you have now, to say no matter what, they're there,
Yeah.
kind of deal.
I'd say this too, because my pops passed away. His birthday was August 3rd, and
Mm.
then my mom ended up having a child with another man, and he ended up being born the same day my dad's birthday is.
Look at that.
So I was like, wow. My
They
mom told me like,
they
yo,
always say God works in mysterious
we
ways,
have the
man.
same birthday.
Yeah,
What you talking about? What is?
yeah.
She was like, yeah, you have the same birthday. Dude, I guess that's my pops reincarnated or something
Yeah.
like that. That's I was so like he has autism, but like
Mm,
I look at him differently. I don't look at him as like a
yeah.
little brother, bro. He's much more than a little
He
brother.
has more meaning and that he doesn't even know about. It's just like a weird thing. And I'm gonna unfold this like later on down, but I'm just gonna hint on it. My godson, right? He passed away, and he was born in September 4th, right? And crazy thing, he died on my aunt and my brother's birthday,
Oh wow.
October 13th. And I'm just like, the craziest thing, I didn't even remember it was my brother and my aunt's birthday, cause that night I couldn't sleep, and I got up. I was working at 185. I was still at my first job, the one by World Trade Center.
Yeah.
It's 185 Broadway. If you want to look it up, look it up. Um, I was there. I got up my normal time, which was what time did I get up at for that job? I think like 5:45. 5:45. Turn on the TV, watch the news, because that's the perfect time when the weather comes on. I looked at the phone, and I got the text from his mom, and he said, "Jay just passed." Like that was 12 o'clock in the morning, but she was just like, he like, I think she said he's gone, and I just looked at the phone and I just threw it in the couch, and I'm just like, I'm just like, and I didn't even remember it was my brother or my, but it 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 fueled me in a sense of I took the initiative to say, hey, I'm gonna be the godfather for him, right? And I've taken like it's hard. It's a hard thing because I never, I still haven't unpacked like the full feelings behind that, because in high school, I don't even think you know, and you're my boy. First relationship, you know the person. She was pregnant. I was 16, she was 15, and I didn't know it happened, and it was a ectopic pregnancy. This is in the book. It was a ectopic pregnancy, and I found out later on down, and I still haven't unpacked that. And that was what, 2014? I think 2014. So think about that, and then my godson. I feel like I'm being back to Godfather. I'm being the man. I'm taking the man role of like not the expressive type, and I feel like this is using the maze and the outlet of YouTube. It's a outlet to unpack some of these things, but it's just like I haven't even unpacked that one. And for this to happen, I even wrote a piece and I sent it to his mom. I'm just like, I know I'm going to be a dad, but there shouldn't be a but there is one, and the but behind that, that's crazy to say. The but behind it, that's a bar within itself. The but behind, that's a bar. You know what I mean? So the thing about that is, I wrote in the piece, I said, I don't think I was ready to be a father.
Oh, you wasn't, bro. You're in high school.
So hold on. So the first one was in high school, and the second one was 2 years ago now, right? 2 years ago, I was 24, and I'm writing, and I actually wrote this on the bus from Canada last year, and I was there like sitting down writing this, crying, and I'm just like, I don't think I was ready to be a father, and I guess they were saying like I'm taking it upon myself, but there's a concept to say, yo, um, I was waiting. I was waiting. Like when she said, "Oh, I'm going to the doctor for a checkup. I'm going for the ultrasound. She's doing this." I'm just like, "Yo, do you need me to leave work?" That's the type of timing I was on. Like I was moving like I'm the dad kind of deal. From when she
like,
told me,
ready just in case,
yes.
Like,
So I'm just like, "Yo, if you need me, I'll leave right now. I do not care. I'm out." And for it to happen the way it did, it's just like, damn, was I even to say I'm not the father, I'm not his dad. I'm not your dad. It's I need to take serious moments serious. People always tell me that. I always like crack jokes within a serious time
Sometimes you have
to like break the tension.
Yeah.
But people don't understand that. But whatever. I got that personality from my mom. So with that, I'm just like, damn. Like I basically wasn't even ready to be a godfather. But it goes back to the concept. When you have a plan, God has something different. So it's just a crazy way of how life works.
Life works. Well, God obviously works. Life itself
It's a mystery.
is a damn mystery.
It's a maze.
I for one, I'm a fan of life, right? But because like I don't know what's to come the next day, it's really like you gotta stay on your toes, and you gotta stay prepared too, because you don't know what's to come.
Yeah.
So life. This is why I feel like a lot of people really say like life be life, because you get hit with a lot of stuff that you
But
did not expect.
yeah, I get that, but who has a lot of those? I get that, right? But a lot of those people don't have a support system.
As in people.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like they don't have good friends. They don't have good family members. Because I look at it like this. I look at life like this. You're human first. Everything after that is extra. You being my dad, you being my mom, my brother, my sister, cousin. That's
Like everybody
after.
gets one.
Like you're your individual person at the end of the day. They said there's a quote, I don't remember by who. It's be yourself because everyone else is taken.
That's fine.
Right?
Yeah.
So with that, right? It just people use a title of be like, hey, I'm your brother, so I can take your clothes. You're saving money, I can borrow it from you because I know you have it, and I'm not gonna give you an end date of when I'm gonna pay you back. So things like that, I look at it like you're human first, and people use the title of family member to get away with certain things. They said that your friends will stab you in your back, but your family will stab you in your face because they will do it directly in front of you.
That is a fact. That is a big fact. I think that's 100%.
So life be lifing. I understand that, but it's just like if you don't have somebody to go to, someone to talk to, somebody that's relatable as in like friend or family, and somebody to talk to as friend as family, in the same way. It's just like it makes it that much harder because it's basically the walls are just closing in on you the whole time, and it's just getting smaller and smaller, and that just kicks in like anxiety, that kicks in depression. It's just like, and just like, yo, like when you see an old time friend, you'd be like, yo, like you good? And like obviously everybody's gonna lie because nobody wants to unpack that.
You have to be real with yourself to even unpack that. Because I think I'm a person who, if somebody asks me that question, and I feel like I'm comfortable enough to let you know that, I'm gonna tell you the real story. Like, yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I'm messed up, bro. Like, I can't function. Like, things not going the way I wanted to. This, that, and
How
third.
often does that happen though?
That happens once in a blue moon. I'm not even gonna lie. Especially if it's like a
That's
certain
everyone.
person
Yeah.
who comes on some genuine like, yo, how are you? And not just to ask you like, oh yeah, I seen each other today, how are you? Like, nah, like,
Yeah.
yo,
But from once you see them in the street, it's a 5 minute conversation.
yeah, nah,
If
I
that.
wouldn't say somebody in the street. Probably like somebody who called me on the phone.
Yeah.
Like I seen them like in front of my building and
Yeah.
stopped to talk to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's gonna have a whole half-hour conversation. But I was gonna say something about people finding like their support groups or like whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a daughter in a family of like no support, I feel like
We
the
have
reason
friends like
why,
that.
yeah, I feel like that only happens if you're not seeking that out. And sometimes people put themselves, or what's it,
Mm-hmm.
in those predicaments because, like,
It's not even that.
if you really want it, you're gonna go. That's
Yeah,
how I feel.
I feel the same way. But guess what? With your family that you have the expectation because they're your family, they're supposed to help you.
Always set expectations, little guys, please.
Because it's just like you expect them to help you, but it's not guaranteed and it won't happen. So it goes back to the concept of what I'm saying. You're individual first. Right? So with that, it's just like I expect you to help me. Like
that's another thing too. Like expecting you from people, you're always gonna put yourself in disappointment when the person doesn't expect them to. Like my cousin, she has an issue with her family. It's like she's not feeling like it's her family. Like,
but
she
they
feels like
can't.
she's
But some of them can't support you. Like the craziest thing is, like I talked to this about with my brother before he moved out, and my other brother, two brothers above me, not the two oldest.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, we used to, all three of us used to beef with our dad at one point in time, right? And I said, I stopped beefing with him first, and I'm just like, do you understand? I came to the realization and be like, this is the best he has to offer.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting more, but he can't give me that more. He's just giving me all that he has. And I just have to accept that. And the rest I have to basically figure out.
Sometimes people do not give you their best, and that's
why
a lot of people like.
But you gotta take what you can get.
You gotta take what you can get, honestly. Like, you gotta be satisfied. You can't be, greedy. Like you get something at least. Like,
yeah.
Be grateful. And that's probably when you came to the epiphany, like, yo, bro, I gotta stop treating him like this. Like,
yeah,
let me stop being mean to him. Let me stop being a D head. And actually, like, this is my pops right here. Because then I know the second something happened, he probably passed away, God forbid.
Yeah.
All of that's out the window.
Exactly. Everybody. So this comedian said, what did he say? He said, no couple ever says, "Oh, I wish we argued more." Everybody was just like, "I wish I spent more time with him."
Yeah.
I wish we went out more. I wish we enjoyed each other more. Yeah. It's not about all of that of just like, I wish we argued more and had disagreements. And now my dad and I are good. He lives upstairs.
In this building?
Yeah, he lives on the second floor. Oh, really? And my dad is like, people would never understand that. My dad is my dad. I look at my dad like now, my dad is my brother. Like, I still call him dad, of course, but I look at my dad as my brother because before my brother moved out, my brother wasn't talking to him much, and then he was just like, "Yo, he's moving out," and this man was just like, he was the happiest man in the fucking world. Our dad was the happiest man in the world when my brother said he's moving out from here. This man was just like, really? Where was it? Obviously, he loves numbers, so he was just like, where did you move? How much did you pay? What's the down payment? Blah blah blah. He was just like, do you need my help? And before my brother even did that, before he even went to our dad and say that, he got a taxi. He was just like, yo, why did you do that? You should have told me, and I would have. And my dad made several trips throughout the night, back and forth, picking up things. And he still even have things for him upstairs. So it's just like, you have expectation, and just like, I'm not gonna lie, for a very long time, I felt like my dad was just stuck. Mm-hmm. And then over time, and then as of recent, like few years ago, he's become better. He's like more relatable. He talks to us more.
It takes time.
But so just like some people don't want that time because it's just like, when is it going to give? Yeah. When is it going to give, right?
Like, I even say that for my mom. Like, certain aspects about her, she might come off as selfish. Mm-hmm. And as like literally when I started thinking of it, like, she showed me the whole opposite. I'm like, see?
Yeah.
I started thinking too soon, like, oh yeah, my mom only thinks about herself sometimes. Or like, she'll make sure she take care of herself before she takes care of others. And
that concept is just like when you're in a plane. They say when the gas when a mask drop, put on your mask first. You don't care if it's your husband, your kid, you're first.
But then that's when I was like, honestly, and funny enough, I did relate what I was thinking about to a
Mm.
point. Like, yeah, you definitely do have to take care of yourself first.
Yeah.
Take care of others. So that's probably when like I started noticing a shift. But it also was crazy. Like as soon as I started thinking that she like started like checking, like I felt like she started checking up on me more.
Mm.
She started making sure like if I was fed. Like I mean, she's always did that
Yeah.
as a child. I
But
mean, like when
yeah.
I was a child.
But
But like
now it's more. My mom does the same thing.
more, it's more noticeable now. It's like more, um, like you have more gratitude towards it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. When
You
my
know what I
mom
mean?
called me, from when she called me, she was just like, "Did you eat? Did you cook?"
Just check-ins alone too.
Yeah. Just as what my friend said. She was just like, just it's the little things. It's always the little things because there's another. I'm giving you quotes all day. I love quotes.
I'm a person who I cherish the little things.
So the quote is, they're just like, you don't appreciate a moment until it becomes a memory.
Oh, yeah.
Let's run that back. You don't appreciate a moment until it becomes a memory. Right?
Mm. Yeah, I was
So
really listening
so
to
so
that.
the so so the so the picture that showed with that quote is actually from Dr. Seuss, by the way. It was the picture of a guy opening his door and his dogs running up to him. And I guess he's tired from work and the dogs are excited to see him. Yes, because it's a long day at work, right? And then the photo behind it is him opening the door. No dogs are there. So just like you
So
don't
now he's definitely like,
you have the flashback. It's just like me. I personally say some people I should have done things better, and sometimes I smell the perfume that they used to wear, and I have the flashback, and I think about the person. I'm just like, damn.
Yo, having a smell that brings back memories is really like
I'm just like,
trigger, bro.
I'm just like. They said that's one of one of your main thing for remembering.
A smell that draws you back to times.
I think they said it's sound. I think
That's different.
it's sound and scent, but scent is number one.
Scent is definitely number one. Sounds would probably correlate to like, for me it'll be songs
Yeah.
or like, I don't know, yeah, just songs for me so far. But I have something to say about that too. Like, so me and this person, we still talk to this day, right?
Yeah.
But this person will call me at like 6 in the morning because we had to go to work.
Yeah.
And after a while, our shift changed. She had the same shift, and my shift was later in the day.
Mm.
So she still ended up calling me at the same time, 6 o'clock in the morning. But this time I wasn't going to work.
Mm.
So I was like, yo, I ain't gonna front. Waking me up at this time is crazy, especially if I'm not going to work right now.
Yeah.
So that kind of like ended it in like getting those calls at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So now, even though I'm asleep,
Mm-hmm.
and I told her like, yo, bro, calling me at that time is crazy. Now I'm like, damn, I kind of missed those calls.
Yeah.
Like, even though I was tired of shit, I still woke up and I answered that shit.
Yeah.
And even like what she was doing on her end of the phone, like,
Mm-hmm.
I cherished that. Like, you took the time out to call me. You doing like what you're doing, like, you didn't have to, obviously.
Yeah.
But the fact that you did that, and like the fact that I don't get those calls no more, it's like, yo, I really miss that shit. So I definitely say you wouldn't miss something until it becomes a memory. Or
Yeah.
however you said it.
Yeah.
And
So with that, we're about to wrap up because I know this is a long one. This is the first guest, so of course it's gonna be a long, exciting one, right?
we'll have another group podcast.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely gonna have that. With that, I always a friend or a partner, I'll tell them thank you. Like in the duration of time, and if it's in person, they will always look at me weird because they're just like, what? Like I feel like their minds start running, and just like what?
Thank you.
Yeah, because just like what's going on?
You're just trying to be appreciative.
But it's just like it's the little thing, but I will have to break it down because just like thank you for being here. Like you don't even have to say anything. Like for me, my love language is physical touch and quality time. The fact that you're in the room, we don't have to talk, no nothing.
But you're here.
But the fact that like you're in my space, I appreciate that. And I remember the last relationship, she was here. It was she slept over, and I think I got up before her. I think we were watching something on the TV. Were we? Maybe, or she was. We were doing something.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I was definitely doing something other than watching
No, it wasn't. It wasn't even like that.
TV.
We did that. We did that in the nighttime. But I got up and I made breakfast. It was egg, sausage, and something else. And I was just there. I yeah, she was in a room actually. I was watching cartoon. She was in a room. She was on her phone, just on her bed, on the bed. And I just came in. I'm just like, the food is ready. That's the only thing I said to her the whole time I was up. And made breakfast. We sat down. We ate. She didn't even talk to me, and I was completely fine with that because just like the fact that she's here, I'm golden.
Yeah, I'm like that too. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of take that as a weird thing. Like
It's
we're
not.
in the same room, but we're not really talking.
You don't have to because she understands and like when she went home, she was just like, oh my goodness, like thank you for letting me into your world because then I started watching soccer. I started watching my team play. And then she was just like, thank you for letting me into your world because I watch documentaries on Saturdays and all of that. She was just like, thank you for that because she's basically an outsider, but she's also yeah, she got the inside world. She was just like, although you didn't say anything to me, you made sure we still cuddled. She ate, she was still good, and I didn't say anything to her. And a lot of people can't have that.
That's crazy.
And
I have that kind of situation right now. Like if we're together, we probably won't really have a conversation. We might say a couple words to each other. But I feel like sometimes the silence is really loud. Like most of the
100%.
times y'all thinking the same thing. And then when
100%.
we do say anything to each other, she be like, "Yo, why you in my head?" And I'll be like, "Yo,
Exactly.
like we always
Because
on the
it's just
same
like
level."
in those times you're becoming sync.
Exactly. I think that more time, the silence is what builds
Of course.
the chemistry or the
Of
relationship.
course.
Because I feel like I don't know. I think there's something that's growing in that silence.
Hmm.
I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something growing during that silence. Just learning to be with that person alone during whatever journey y'all on or whatever y'all doing if y'all in silence. It's obviously something else happening because y'all together, right?
Yeah.
So that's key to me.
100%.
I ain't going front. Like we could be going out and we barely talking, but like we having fun, like we doing
Hmm.
our thing. Like, that's all I need too. I don't care to talk too much. Like I feel like conversations will happen when they need to be when they need to happen. Cause like some people just like talking too much, in my opinion. And then sometimes you're not even talking
Yeah.
about anything.
Some people are awkward and they just talk.
Yeah, and I feel like people feel like they have to talk, and
Hmm.
that's how I feel like you shouldn't have to force yourself to have a conversation because then it's only gonna be awkward. It's only just gonna be weird. Y'all might just start blabbing about a whole bunch of nothing.
Yeah.
Like, just chill with each other. Don't talk. You don't have to talk. But
Yeah.
yeah, man,
With that being said,
this is a great podcast, man. I hope anybody that's watching this sticks throughout the end. And if you gotta like come back and like watch this in pieces, do that because I know
this is a long one.
about an
This is
hour
like
and
our
change long.
yeah.
So
Um, it's
yeah,
worth it.
it definitely is worth it.
It's definitely worth it. This is a
Might learn
first
something,
guess. This is a first guess. This is the inside of the maze.
You know what I mean?
My right hand man,
You know what I mean?
Jake the Snake himself, the girls them brownie. You know what I mean?
Call me a lot of things, man. Oh yeah, they also call me 50. So if you ever see me, cause you could be like, yo, 50, I'll be like, yo, what's up, bro? What up, sis?
Exactly. So thank you for tuning in. And what I'm gonna leave with them is real friends. We're actually gonna do a piece on that. But thank you for being here. Take care of one another. Love yourself. Stop beating up on yourself.
Oh my god, half y'all are really hard on yourself, bro. Like
See,
half
we
y'all are doing things that has no benefit to y'all in like the far run. Like, relax, take it easy.
so
You feel me? You see how I'm glowing right now? You can't glow like this if you're stressing. I'll tell you that
exactly.
right now. You cannot stress yourself. Relax. Take a chill pill. Go out, have a drink or something. Find some new friends if you think that's what you need. Make yourself sane. Go to church. Pray to God. Whatever makes you happy. Just find it, do it, and live your life. That's all I got for you. You feel me? But
The quote I'm gonna leave with you guys. I got this from a fortune cookie last week.
who be jacking those fortune cookie fortune?
I'm not gonna lie. I've been getting some cool ones. A window of opportunity won't open itself. And with that being said, welcome to the maze. Drink some water. Have a great week.
Hydrate yourself.
And I'll see you soon.
Got some for this exit. You feel me?
That's
We're
it.
friends.
Kanye West. This is a long one.
OD.
Oh man.
As a front, his mic definitely had some.
Boom.
Real friends. How many of us? How many of
Definitely
us?
had some.
How many jealous?